Alright, I'm going to teach you how to solve this Optumis Prime Rubik's Cube head puzzle. There is already a solution up provided by Rubik's, but the solution it gives is not even helpful. And I'll show you what it is. Alright, here it is. Okay. So, this part just, in stage 1, just gives you information about how it works and what it is and stuff. And then this way is solving it. But here's the thing. It just gives you, say, start on one side and then finish the last side. Yeah, it just tells you that. And I mean seriously. That may sound simple to someone who has not even mastered how to solve the regular 3x3 or even any other Rubik's Cube puzzle, like a standard 2x2 like this one. Yeah. So, in this case, I want to refine that solution guide that Rubik's has provided and actually give a more detailed, better solution than what they've given. Which theirs is like nothing. And they do have a better solution guide for the regular 3x3, which one that I learned off of. And that one actually really teaches you how to solve 3x3 in a really easy, understandable way. So, in this case, what I have right here is the Rubik's Cube head, Optumis Prime version. Just note right now some of the sides, what they look like. You may want to pause the video just to get an idea of what these sides look like. And now, here's one thing to note. Is the top side, when solving the top side, you want to make sure you look for these small bars, thin small bars to match up. Then on the front, where the face is, you want to make sure match up the face, mask, eyes and stuff like that, and also the gray diamond thing right here above the nose. And on the side, you want to match up this thing along with this bar, this fin, and stuff like that. Same as on this side. And on the bottom, you want to make sure you want to align the hole so that it's in the front and then the copyright symbol and stuff like that in the back of the puzzle, back bottom puzzle of the puzzle and stuff like that. So, right now I'm going to scramble it up, and once I finish scrambling it up, I'll get back to you in solving it. Alright, it's all scrambled up, but before I actually start getting into solving it, I want to make this clear and let you understand a few things before actually getting into solving it. So, when I give you notation, as in like a letter, an apostrophe, or something like that, a letter, comma, whatever it is. So, if I say you, that means turn the top face clockwise. U prime, which looks like this symbol, U with apostrophe, which is counterclockwise. So, if I say a letter, then that corresponds to what side to turn clockwise. If I say letter prime, then that means counterclockwise. So L clockwise, when L clockwise, L prime, counterclockwise, you get the point. There's L, R, U, F, B, and D. U is for up, R is for right, L is for left, D is for down, B is for back, and F is for front. Alright, you got that. Now, if you already know how to solve a regular 3x3, like for say this one, or a regular 2x2 like this one, then solving this is the same thing as solving the corners of a 3x3, and even just regular solving the same as a 2x2. But it may be a little confusing due to you not have to thinking about colors to match up, but you have to think about shapes and all that. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the bottom of the head being solved last. So what I'm going to work on now is figuring out getting the two of these pieces together. And then, so I see it right here. So I'm going to rotate it down and then up so that it's matching. Alright, so now I have to find where the fin corners are. And I see both of them right here. So what I'm going to do is put them into place so that it's matching up. With solving the first side is intuitive. You don't really need to know that much algorithm. Alright. There we go. It should look like this for the first side. And then now, onto this side. Now, onto the last side, which this part is step 2 out of 3. Now this part, there's 7 cases, but I'm not going to go through all 7 of the cases, because that would be a little too long, and you have to memorize all of them. So what I'm going to do is, like, reduce it down to, like, a few, like, 1 or 2 cases. So, in this case, we got this weird case. And I know how to solve it regularly, but I'm reducing it down to simplify it for those who don't know how to solve the 2x2. So, what you want to do is find one of the corners that has the hole part of it in the front, and then it's on the front right corners, and it's facing you. So what you want to do is this algorithm: R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Alright, that cycle that flips around the corners. And so, if that flipped all the corners, then that's good. Then you're good. But if it's to a point where you have one corner oriented correctly, like flipped correctly, but in this case where 3 of the corners are rotated incorrectly, you have 2 different cases, and I'll show you what those 2 different cases are. Alright, case number 1 is situation number 1 is where, okay, you got one corner flipped correctly, with flipped correctly with the color or pattern or shape of it is flipped correctly and it's in the correct spot. As in, like, it's matched up with the rest of the puzzle. And it's in the solved spot. And it's solved. But you have this sort of situation where when you're holding it, the solved corner in the front left spot, and you see them going like this side, like on a regular 2x2, this top side would be white. So you see white there, and white there. And then for the second case of it is where this side would be yellow right here. And then you see yellow there, and yellow there. They're both the same case, but one's inverted and the other one's regular. This one right here is the regular case. And then for this one you do R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Alright. And then for this case, what you want to do is hold it so that the correctly solved corner is in the back right. And then what you want to do is R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Alright, so to translate that to this puzzle, if you have it solving it like this, I started on. So I started on with this side, the side that's not connecting to the body, which is the top of it, and then but the bottom of it is not solved, and you want to look at where the position of these holes are. And so if you have it to where it's the holes are in the front, when you look at it with the solved corner in the front left corner section, then do the R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime algorithm. But if it the other way around, where when you hold the solved corner in the front right, or well, the front left, and then the circles are going from this way, and this way, you want to do the R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime case algorithm. But there's that. Okay, after you do that, there's 3 possible cases that you can have here. Well, actually, before this section, there was actually 8, but 7 algorithms that you wouldn't need to know, but I reduced it down to 2 algorithms. But if you didn't really need to flip any of the pieces, then you're good. Now on to this step where you need to position these pieces. There's 3 cases that you would have. The first case is where everything's solved and you just need to rotate the side until it's solved. Second case is where 2 of the corners are solved and the other 2 are not. The third case is, the second and third cases are where 2 corners are solved. And first case, or the second case is where 2 corners are solved next to each other. Sort of like this, where when you look at it this way, you see that these 2 are solved and then these 2 are not. The third case is where diagonal corners are unsolved or solved, however you put it. But in this case, I'm only going to teach you one of the And this one is the easiest to understand and learn. Which this one, you might need to do it 2 or more times. Depending on how you have it. So what you want to do is, if you have the case like that I have right now, where 2 of the corners are solved in diagonal, not diagonal, but right next to each other, while the other 2 are not, needs to be switched. What you want to do is put it so that you have the 2 solved one in the back, and then wait, let me just think about this. Well, actually, you want to put the 2 solved, you want to rotate it around to where one of the corners is solved in the solved spot with the 1x2 solved bar on the right. Sort of like this, where what this is doing is it's switching this corner to that spot. It's rotating, cycling these 3 corners. So it's moving this one to there, this one to there, this one to there. So it's like that. So what you want to do is R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime. Okay, with that. Now, if you have the other case where it is sort of similar to this, where this corner needs to be switched with this corner, you want to do that same algorithm that I showed you earlier once. And then once you've done that, you want to then rotate it, the puzzle, that side, to get the orientation of the algorithm positions where you want to cycle those unsolved corners around. And there you go. So basically, this solution that I gave you is only a few algorithms. Only need to learn a few algorithms, but if you want to really learn all the algorithm, it's not much. I'll probably do like a little bit advanced method later on, but still, hey, this is just a simplified solution, because a lot of people who would buy the Rubik's Cube Optumis Prime head are either collectors of Transformers item toys, or people who like Transformers a lot, or even just people who find this interesting to look at and play with. So, that's how to solve the Rubik's Cube Optumis Prime head. And if you want to see my review of it, go check out my previous video. If you want to go buy this puzzle, it's about $12, $13 USD. And you can find it at a lot of different places like Toys R Us, Amazon, and a few other places. Other than that, it's a cool looking puzzle. And plus, it has a really cool display stand. Yeah. So, that's how to solve the Rubik's Cube Optumis Prime head.